My name is Meredith Cradaville. I currently am a special education resource teacher at Germantown Elementary School in Germantown, Tennessee. I'm going over the IEP process as part of our assignments for my Grand Canyon University course. So first of all, an IEP is an individual education plan for each student that receives services. There's an evaluation process, and if they pass the evaluation process or not pass, meet the requirements for the through the evaluation, and the IEP team deems that the student is eligible for special education resources, then most of the students would come to me, and I would pull them out of class and work with them either one-on-one or small group. Some students need more assistance, and that's functional skills classes, and those are, go lay down, and those teachers have I can't think of the word, a full classroom of students, all age groups, that they keep all day long. So the first thing in an IEP meeting, the parent or teacher reaches out to the other with some type of concern that they have about the student or the parent's child. Usually, well, not usually, I've seen both. Once that communication has happened, the teacher usually is the one to reach out to me and say, we need to have an IEP meeting. The parent and I have been talking, and this is what we've been seeing. I will schedule an IEP meeting. It has to be 10 days out of the meeting. If it's not 10 days out, then the parent can waive their right to have the meeting 10 days out. But by law, through IDEA, it should be 10 days out. So let's say now we're in the meeting. The team consists of myself, the special education teacher, the general education teacher, and sometimes, as a side note, sometimes the general education teacher for that particular student can't make it, so any general education teacher can fill in that spot and sit in the IEP meeting, because although that person may not have specific knowledge about the student we're meeting on, the student's teacher, gen ed teacher, can give the teacher sitting in notes on that student, and the general education teacher, no matter who it is, will know the processes and procedures and of a general education classroom. So anyway, so we're in this classroom. It's myself, the special ed teacher, the general education teacher, the parent or parents or guardian of the student. I work at a K-5 school, so the student won't be in the meeting. They will have a parent or guardian speak for them. In a high school situation, the student can speak for themselves. Actually, I'm not 100% on that. I think they might have to be a certain age. But anyway, so an LEA also has to be in there, which is really an administrator that has an administrator license that, usually is the principal, vice principal, or the special education advisor that I have out of our district office. And there's more than one, there's multiple. And they are the ones that are very familiar with all the policies and procedures, and make sure that the IEP meeting is following the exact steps it needs to take. So the first thing we do is I ask everybody at the meeting to introduce themselves. The school psychologist it will also be there if an evaluation has not been done yet. Usually we'll have a first meeting to see to get permission to do an evaluation once we decide that the student actually needs to be evaluated. And then after that, we would meet. The school psychologist has 60 days to get that evaluation completed. Then the IEP team meets again to go over and review what that evaluation means. Go lay down, guys. Sorry, it's my dogs. Evaluation means and what services, if any, the student would be able to utilize. Once everybody's introduced, I go over the procedural safeguards. There's a booklet or manual that if you don't have a hard copy, it can be downloaded from the Tennessee website, .gov website, and there's also a form that let me start. So I inform the parent or guardian that by law we are required to give the procedural safeguards to them, and I can read the summary to them, or they can waive their right to have that read, which means they would sign a form saying that, and then they would take those procedural safeguards and read it at a later time, or that's the idea. 9 times out of 10, the parent guardian decides to waive that. So the next step then would be to go through the IEP. I start at the beginning, the first page, the first heading, and follow it heading by heading, page by page. So usually, I don't have one right in front of me, but usually we go through the demographics, and then through the current, we'll go through the current, evaluate how the student is doing currently. We go through what the general education teacher sees. We go through what I see and what goals and accommodations that student may need. The speech pathologist would also go through what they believe the student will need based on the evaluation that the school psychologist already did. So everybody goes through that. There are a prior written notice has to be done. Minutes have to be taken and signed off on by everybody in the room. Also, we review and go over the options that the parent guardian has, the websites, the IDEA website, that the government website, that they can reach out to me at any time via phone or email, that they can contact the general education teacher. They can also use me to find specific information that may pertain just to their student. A lot of the information also will be in the procedural safeguard booklet. And the parent guardian, everybody on the team gets a copy of the IEP as well. And I believe that's it. Thank you.